anyone's reach. One can even we cannot control ourselves from loving someone. However, forcing someone to love you will not take you anywhere. There's something called as free will, and everyone has got a right to exercise it, and you need to respect someone's free will in the end. I have immense respect for Wicca and consider it to be extremely sacred and not just a tradition of rituals but a way of life where every ritual has a relevance which makes it very special and sacred in its own way. Whenever we perform a spell or a ritual which disregards the free will of the opposite person, we end up indulging in karmic destruction, for which we have to pay a price. A price we do not know how steep it could get. How steep it could get in the end, no one knows. There is a power up there which we do not control and which has laws of its own. And you need to acknowledge that power somewhere or the other. As far as Wiccan spells are concerned, it is important that one performs the spells without keeping any expectations. I know the only purpose of any spell is to achieve a purpose in the end. However, emotional detachment is very important for one to find success in the effectiveness of Wiccan spells. Honestly, I am not the right person to guide someone on the ways to make any spell work its magic. I have been a huge fan and admirer of Ipsita Roy Chakravarti, and especially her especially her work and life. I've loved her books and the work that she does. I've read 2 of her books, Beloved Witch and Sacred Evil, multiple times. But let me clarify, I'm not saying I support her opinion or her views, especially the views that she has expressed through her writings, because some of her writing is controversial and I don't think I'm someone who would comment on that. I respect people the way they are. I know one thing in life, that I'm no one to pass judgment or comments on someone else. And I only hope people prosper in their own lives. But I do respect her for her work and for what she's done. Honestly, for me, this is the soul of a woman who has stood the test of time, someone who has ruled her life in her own way and by overcoming struggle which was as unique as the soul is. To follow a path which is lonely and through a craft which has never received the respect it truly deserves. I have immense respect for this lady. I'm being very honest. I respect her immensely. She may be a bit immodest, but for someone who claims that arrogance is a virtue worth possessing, that seems to be absolutely fine. When one reads her book, one would realize that she is blessed with an exceptional talent and a very receptive soul. A soul that can see through people, superficial life and time. A skill and an ability that not many are blessed with. She has worked hard to learn her craft, which speaks for itself. Also learned it through the right channel. After reading her book, I know I have immense respect for this soul. She keeps referring her soul as barren in her book. However, for me, not many women would have made productive difference in the life of others the way she has done through her work. Our perspective and the way we judge people changes over a period of time. Although I do not advocate the idea or the practice of judging someone else, many years ago, for me, Mrs. Indira Gandhi was a woman who implied a ruthless and an autocratic temperament. Although